Enzo Maresca wants Chelsea to sign one of his former Leicester City players as he prepares for the new season, and the coach will also decide the fate of Conor Gallagher. Maresca is desperate to bring one of his former players to Stamford Bridge. He has told Chelsea of his desire to sign Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall. Dewsbury-Hall was named Leicester's Player of the Year last month, and was also named in the Championship Team of the season after scoring 12 goals and making 14 assists. Maresca reportedly sees Dewsbury-Hall as an ideal replacement for Gallagher, who has been heavily linked with a move to Aston Villa. Alejandro Balde responds to rumors of a move to Liverpool. Liverpool, who are looking for a long-term replacement for Andy Robertson, have expressed their interest in Balde. However, Balde himself emphasized his commitment to Barcelona. In an interaction on social media, a fan asked Balde to come to Liverpool. Responding to the suggestion, Balde responded lightly but firmly, "Leaving Barcelona in the summer? No," followed by a laughing emoji. Alejandro Balde's statement shows that he has no intention of leaving Barcelona in the near future. Hansi Flick has agreed to keep Joao Felix. The latest report from Sport confirms something quite decisive. The Portuguese striker is determined to stay with Barca. Currently, both the sporting management at Barcelona and Hansi Flick agree that it is best for Felix to stay, and they are now preparing to negotiate his stay for another season. Now, they hope that Flick can improve the situation. Although there is still a lot of work to be done, if Felix starts next season with the Blaugrana, he will do so with the confidence that the coach has his back. There is unanimous consensus between the German coach and sports management on this, and with both club and coach in agreement, half the journey seems to be in their favor. Yves Bissouma becomes a robbery victim. Yves Bissouma was reportedly robbed outside a 5-star hotel in Cannes this weekend. 2 robbers sprayed him in the face with tear gas before they fled with his £260,000 watch. Media claimed that the incident occurred around 4 a.m. on Sunday. The thieves had pulled the luxury watch from his wrist before leaving the scene in the car. It seems the incident was quite traumatic for Bissouma, because today he returned to Tottenham's training ground in Enfield to receive treatment after he posted a photo of himself on Instagram story in the medical room at the club's training base. Ansu Fati is determined to return to being a starter in the Barcelona squad. Ansu Fati's loan period has ended. He has now returned to Barcelona. Ansu Fati emphasized that he is not interested in being loaned to another club next season. He said, "I already have a clear plan, namely that I want to achieve success at Barcelona. People think I'm injured, but my condition is fine. I am 100% ready to defend Barca next season. I spend a lot of time in the gym, and I really work hard so that I can be in my best condition. I want to achieve success with Barcelona." These 3 clubs are fighting over Armando Broja's signature. The Evening Standard reports Wolves, Monaco, and Bologna are all pushing hard to land Chelsea striker Armando Broja on a permanent transfer. The 22-year-old is expected to leave Chelsea permanently this summer, having spent the second half of the season on loan at Fulham. A number of Bundesliga clubs, as well as the Premier League, are also monitoring Broja, but both Monaco and Bologna will be able to offer the opportunity to play Champions League football after strong domestic seasons. According to Football London, Chelsea are considering a summer move for Valencia's Georgian goalkeeper Georgi Mamardashvili. The report states that the Blues have been keeping tabs on Mamardashvili since sending scouts to watch his performances in the second half of the 2022-2024 season. Joint sporting directors Paul Winstanley and Lawrence Stewart apparently see Mamardashvili as one of their main targets for the summer transfer window. Chelsea may have to move quickly to secure the Georgian signature, as Newcastle United are currently also pursuing his services. Chelsea have reportedly taken steps to prevent Enzo Fernandez from participating in the 2024 Paris Olympics this summer. The tournament will take place between July 24th to August 10th. Chelsea don't appear ready to let one of their star players spend a few weeks away from club duties. According to journalist Uriel Lucht, Enzo Fernandez will not be allowed to be part of the Argentina squad. Chelsea apparently want Fernandez to have a period of rest before joining their pre-season plans. Despite Fernandez's understandable disappointment, the Blues hierarchy will expect the midfielder to react professionally, considering the money they invested in signing him a year and a half ago. Chelsea are reportedly planning to overtake Real Madrid to get Alphonso Davies. According to journalist Graham Bailey, Chelsea is very interested in bringing in Alphonso Davies in the summer transfer market. Chelsea believes there is an opportunity to bring him to Stamford Bridge. In this case, the recruitment of Alphonso Davies would be a good thing. He is experienced and is one of the best in the world in his position. His creativity on the field will also increase the team's number of goals. However, the Blues will have to beat Real Madrid to acquire his services. To do that, they have to offer a tempting contract on the table. The only problem that may hinder them is that they do not have a place in the Champions League for next season. There is good news coming for Manchester United. Paulo Dybala is reportedly ready to move to England in the summer. Manchester United is reportedly one of the teams interested in Dybala's services. Sky Sports reports that MU's wish to have Dybala has the potential to come true. According to the report, Dybala currently has the opportunity to play in the Premier League. The striker reportedly wants to try playing in England because he spent the majority of his professional career in Italy. He needs a new challenge in his career, so moving to the Premier League is an attractive option for La Jolla. According to the same report, Manchester United has a great opportunity to bring in Dybala. This is because he has a fairly cheap release clause. A ransom of €12 million is reportedly enough to bring Dybala from AS Roma. It wouldn't be a big disaster if Manchester United sold Bruno Fernandes. Former Arsenal player Bakary Sagna does not consider midfielder Bruno Fernandes to be an important player at Manchester United. Therefore, selling him is not a disaster for the Red Devils. Recently, Fernandez's future has been widely discussed. He has been linked with an exit from Old Trafford due to interest from Bayern Munich and Barcelona. Sagna told CoinPoker, "If Manchester United sold Bruno Fernandes, I don't think it would be a huge disaster. Fernandes is a great player, but I think Manchester United need to make a complete change if they want to be successful in the future. There are some very talented young players at the club that Manchester United should be relying on in building their team. Garnacho, Mainu, and Højlund are great prospects. Manchester United's leadership needs to look to the future. They are players who can be the backbone of the team for the next 10 years. Chelsea is moving quickly in the transfer market this time. They will soon introduce Tosin Adarabioyo as their first signing of the summer. Fabrizio Romano reports that Chelsea are close to completing their first transfer this summer. They have recruited Tosin Adarabioyo from Fulham. According to Romano, Chelsea have been approaching Adarabioyo since last month. They succeeded in convincing the defender to move to Stamford Bridge. In the next few days, Chelsea will introduce Adarabioyo as their new player. Adarabioyo has completed his medical at Chelsea, so now he just needs to complete the administrative process. So it won't be long before the defender will officially become part of the Blues. Luka Modric will remain at Real Madrid next season. Modric has reportedly signed a new contract with Los Blancos. This was confirmed by European transfer expert Fabrizio Romano. Modric signs a one-year contract extension. Thus, the Croatian player will stay until 2025. Previously, Modric had expressed his desire to stay at Real Madrid. He hopes to finish his career at Los Blancos. Shocking news came from the England national team after coach Gareth Southgate dropped Tottenham midfielder James Maddison from the Three Lions final squad for Euro 2024. This 27-year-old player started the season in extraordinary form, helping Ange Postecoglou's team threaten to challenge for the title champion. But Maddison's form faded as the season progressed, and he only contributed one goal in his last 22 appearances. Plus, he suffered an ankle injury, which kept him out for 3 months. The plan is that the final England national team squad for Euro 2024 will be announced on Saturday, the morning after Southgate's team faces Iceland in their final warm-up match. However, Maddison will not be brought to Germany for the competition. Kevin De Bruyne has just played his 100th match with the Belgian national team. The Manchester City midfielder marked the milestone with a goal and a win. The match against Montenegro marked Kevin De Bruyne's 100th appearance for Belgium. In that match, he scored his 27th goal. De Bruyne himself is more skilled at designing opportunities. So, it is natural that the number of assists he created in those 100 matches, namely 49 assists, is more than the number of goals. Enzo Maresca will reportedly create strict diet rules for his players at Stamford Bridge. According to a report from Sport Bible, he will bring bad news to the Chelsea squad. Reportedly, he will introduce a strict diet for the Chelsea squad. They cannot eat carelessly. This method is already well known at former clubs such as Tottenham, Sevilla, Parma, and Leicester City. Later, Chelsea players will not be allowed to consume salt and pepper in their food. They will also not be allowed to enjoy fruit juice, all kinds of sauces, cakes, even fried eggs. The report stated that when he was at Tottenham in the Juan de Ramos era, in total, when combined, the Spurs squad's weight dropped by 100 kilograms. Juventini seems to have to be patient regarding their new manager. The reason is that Juventus will only introduce Thiago Motta next week. Reported by Fabrizio Romano, Juventus is currently processing the process of moving Motta. Next week, he will be introduced to the public as Juventus's new coach. According to Romano's report, Motta's recruitment process was not delayed. The coach will only sign a contract at Juventus next week. This is because there are several administrative matters that must be resolved by Juventus and the coach's agent. There are several contract details that they still need to discuss further. However, this process reportedly will not take long. So next week, Motta can be introduced as the new Bianconeri coach. Juventus have submitted a bid for Napoli captain Giovanni Di Lorenzo, who is also being targeted by Inter Milan, Atletico Madrid, and Aston Villa this summer. Inter Milan and Juventus are currently seen as the two main candidates to bring in the captain of the team from the city of Naples. For the Nerazzurri, everything will depend on Denzel Dumfries' future. Inter want to extend Dumfries' contract this summer, or sell the Dutch player. And at this time, the outcome of the contract talks remains unclear. Meanwhile, Juve are keen to take advantage of Di Lorenzo's situation. Bianconeri sporting director Cristiano Giuntoli, who previously worked at Il Partenope, is a big fan of the 30-year-old player.